Welcome to the Rubik's World Championships 2023 in Korea. These are the finals, meaning that we're going to take a look at the 16 best cubers on Earth. Who can win the title of cubing world champion? We're gonna start with Dwyane Ramos from New Zealand, who is 87th in the world, so to make finals is kinda insane. You might also notice that he uses a method called Ru, which is not the traditional CFOP method. He's going head-to-head against Hyuk from South Korea, the number 14 in the world, so he's crazy good, and he has already made his country very proud by getting medals in bigger cubes. He's starting off with a solid 5.57. The crowd goes ballistic. Back to Dwyane. Now you'll notice that there's 5 souls for each average. In an average, the worst and the best time aren't counted, so it's the average of the middle 3 souls. And Dwyane gets a 6.99, which he's not happy about, but still it's an impressive solve, right? Seung, by the way, could have been 2017 world champion if his timer didn't malfunction, so let's hope that doesn't happen this time. But he gets a 6.62. You have to know, guys, there were thousands of people standing in the crowd, so even if they perform decently, it's amazing because, like, with all the nerves to still be turning accurately, and the nerves is probably what got to Ramos for this solve. But back to Seung. By the way, if I'm mispronouncing these names, I'm very sorry. I do my best. He has some lockups at the end, which 7.55. He's definitely not happy about that. Dwyane telling everyone to shut up because he's trying to focus as he picks up the cube, kind of locking up a bit. It's once again, guys, it's so tough with all the crowd. 7.16. He's not happy about that, but still a lot of people will find it very impressive. But you will see the further we get to the list how insanely fast people can be at solving the Rubik's Cube. Seung, the cube is in a line, which makes this a +2, so the time becomes 8.74, which just ruins his average. Let's see if Dwyane can get a good last solve for his average. The Ru method is more optimal than the CFOP method, so even if they pause, the time can be really good. But unfortunately, the last solve, 8.6, he's not happy about that. Back to Seung, see if he can do something crazy for the last solve. Kind of calm, but very accurate turning. Some small lockups, the crowd is not happy about that. But anyways, Seung, you made your country proud. Still 7.57 average. And look at that, just 100th of a second difference. Let's go to the next 2 competitors. So right now we have number 5 in the world, Garrett. Fun fact, he has the second best single ever, 3.44 seconds. And he's starting off so smooth. Look at that, 5.32 seconds. And he's like, yep, that is good. Number 13 is Kim Magirek, 23rd of the world. And notice how he also has a 3-second single. Let's see how he starts the average. A 7.3, he's not happy about that. Back to Luke. If he gets a good solve right now, the 5.32 actually counts. So, great start, 5.27, which gives him counting 5.32. That's a great way to start off the finals. Back to Asher, see if he can do something crazy for the second solve. That's a really good start, 5.39. Really good job. Back to Luke. The third solve could really decide whether he will make perhaps podium or even win. That's a good start. 6.16. Is that a +2? No, he's affirming. It is good. 6.16. Really good solve. Nothing too crazy though. Kim. Not happy with a 6.69, but I say at least it is a 0.69. Luke, 4th solve. If he gets 2 good solves right now, that will definitely give him podium. Let's see how he does on the 4th one. 5.98, that is sub 6. He's really happy about that because now he cannot mess up his average anymore. Back to Asher. It seems like he's making some mistakes in the start, but I think he kind of clutched the great ZBLL there. He got him a sub 6 solve. Last solve of Luke. This could be game deciding, guys. Like perhaps this solve might give him the world title. But a small lockup, and that is 6.17. Still insane performance by Garrett. Back to Asher, see if he can do something that will make him happy as well. Because once again, he has 2 5s in his average. Let's see, 6.24. I think that's still a really strong performance. This is the standing so far. Luke first with an outstanding 5.82 average. That's insane. Now to Philipp Weyer, the 2019 world champion. Currently 31st in the world with a 6.06 best average. Let's see how he does for the first solve. 6.51, he's not really too happy about that. But now on number 11, China enters the chat. We will see more kids from China in this finals, including the best in the world. But it's amazing to see just how fast these kids really are. It seems to me that he knows exactly what to do, but his hands just cannot keep up with his fast brain. 7.72 star. He's not happy with that. Now back to Philipp, see how he does on his second solve, because once again, guys, your worst solve doesn't count. So maybe if he just drops his cube, 8.31. He cannot be happy with that. Still, accounting 6.51 is not that bad. But look at this, guys. Insane turning, insane performance. 4.50 by little Bofan. That's just insane, guys. As the crowd is still going wild, Philipp starts his third solve. And let's see. He doesn't seem to be too happy, guys. A 7.66. That's accounting 7.66 and 6.5. Podium is probably not possible anymore for him. So let's see if Bofan... once again, his little fingers. Oh, 6.31. He's not happy with that. Still an insane performance. Philipp, maybe he can get like a really good single to like leave with a good feeling. Let's see what he does here. Drops his cube again, 7.65. Perhaps it's the nerves, perhaps it's a bad day. But let's see if Bofan can do something amazing for the fourth solve. Really good start. And 5.71. That's a great start for the average. Perhaps Bofan can be podium or even win. Let's see Philipp's last solve. 6.51, same as the first solve. Still a decent average. I'm still blown away with it. But let's take a look at Bofan. And a 6.15. That's an amazing average. Like even it's a 6.06 average, making it his personal record. Philipp Weyer, 4th place currently with a 7.27 average. Now on number 10 we have Kyle Santucci, I don't know, 27th in the world, but just look at his turning style. He has one of the most satisfying turning styles I've ever seen out of any cuber out there. And that's maybe the reason that he starts off pretty strong with a 6.07. And on number 9 we have Alexy from Russia. He's 50th in the world, so good job making it so high on the list in the finalists. And notice once again how Alexy is using Ru. So it seems like Ru is really showing its capabilities. But now with the first solve, because he's not happy with that. Back to Kyle. Good start. Kind of a bad last layer for him. 6.57. He's not happy with that. Let's see if Alexy can redeem his first solve. Seems like a pretty good start. But once again, guys, this is Ru. So even with a little pause now and then, you can still get an amazing solve. 7.03. It seems like he's pretty satisfied with that. So that's good for him. Kyle with a great start and nice finish, 5.72. I really want to see at least one good single by Alexy, so let's see if he can pull it off. And that's a 7.46. Going to Kyle, who has a really good start. That seems like a low 3 F2L and a 5.3 solve. I think he's really happy with that. Come on, Alexy. One good single. Let's see if he can do it. And that's another 7 with a 7.5. Going to Kyle's last solve. I kind of missed that one. I'm sorry, guys. But it's his worst solve with a 6.65. And let's see if Alexy can get a good last solve. All I wanted to see was a sub 7. Come on. Let's see if he can pull that off. And a 6.01. I bet you make your country really proud. Kyle still with a great performance. Currently 3rd with a 6.12 average. And on number 8, we have another kid from China, Yufang. He's currently 12th in the world, which is just insane because he's improving so fast. Let's see how he does for the finals though, because there's a lot of people watching. Maybe he's not that used to the nerves. But 6.41, he's not happy with that, but that's a really good solve. And now on number 7 from Canada, we have Brennen Lin, 27th in the world, 4.14 best single, and a sub 6 official average. So these guys are just insanely good. A 7.44 is not good enough for them. Let's see what Yufang can do on a second solve. That's some really solid turning. That's PLL at 4 seconds and a 5.52 single. That is just insane. Solve number 2 for Brennen. That's so... That's a 4.47 single. And even though that's an insane time, Brennen has had a better time. If Yufang can get a great third solve, he might enter podium territories. That's a super fast F12, 5.38. He has to be happy with that. Even though it doesn't show. It seems like he thought he could be a 4-second solve. Back to Brennen. He has a 4-second solve, meaning that if he gets another really good solve, that one would be counting. So just one good single might mean podium for him, but that's not this solve because he got a 9.04, which also makes the 7.44 counting. Fourth solve for Yufang, who has had a great start of the average. So if he can pull off one more really good solve, that will definitely mean a good place in the finals. But he gets a 7.35, which he's not happy about. Brennen Lin with the fourth solve. He seems to be pretty calm, so 6.48. He's kind of okay with that. I mean, at this point, with all the people watching, I bet you're just happy if you don't mess up your entire solve. So 2 5s and a 6 and a 7, meaning that the fifth solve will be so important determining the final average of Yufang. And that's a 5.85, making this a super solid average. We'll see just in a second which place he currently has. But let's go back to Brennen, see what he does on his final solve. A 6.37, that's really good. Yufang dude currently second with a 5.93 average. Brennen Lin, 6.76 average. Now on number 6, we have another kid from China, 29th in the world, Yuzhe Wang. Let's see how he starts off his average. That's such a solid start. Oh, 5.2. He's not even too happy with that. But now, guys, number 5, Max Park, the world record holder, second in the world when we're talking about average. Does he really need an introduction? He's probably one of the favorites for winning world championships. And let's see if he can pull it off. And he starts with a 5.04. The crowd just goes wild as we go back to Yuzhe Wang, who also started his average really well. You need to have at least 2 fast solves if you want to have a great average. 6.52, he cannot be happy with that. Let's go back to Max Park. Let's see what he does for his second solve. If he can get a second good single, that would mean potential podium or even winning. And yes, 5.42. That one is counting. A low 5 counting. That's a great way to start off your average. Some small lockups, but still a 5.28. Another 5.2 he's not happy about, but that's just an insane time. Right now with the nerves, it might seem like he's getting some small catches, but still a 5.69. Now, fourth solve for Yuzhe Wang, who already has a 5.2 counting. 2 more great singles, and that's definitely podium. Let's see what he does for the fourth solve. 6.09. That is still a great solve, but he's not happy with that at all. Will Max Park be happy with this fourth solve? It seems like he is. 4.54. This could be the crucial solve for Worlds. This is definitely podium. And also, he still has 1 solve left. But first, let's take another look at Yuzhe Wang's 5th solve. It seems like he's messing up a bit there. 6.85. That's the worst solve of his average. But now, guys, the last solve of Max Park. This could be the most important solve of the entire finals. Some locking up, but still a 5.48, making it better than his 5.69. And now he leads the finals with a 5.31 average. And Yuzhe Wang with a sub-6, 5.96 average. And if that wasn't crazy enough, guys, look at this number 4, Tymon Kolasiński, second in the world together with Max Park. Let's see what he can do for his first solve. It seems like he messed up the timer stop with a 6.61, which means he cannot mess up again. Matty Hiroto Inaba, number 6 in the world. He's definitely one of the favorites. Let's see what he does for his first solve. Some small catches, 6.49. No emotion whatsoever, just pure focus. Tymon for his second solve. He cannot mess up anymore, guys. Remember that. 4.76, and he delivers. He delivers, guys. And Matty too probably wants to deliver on his second solve. That's a pretty solid start. Small lockup, 6.17. Knowing Tymon, he doesn't fold under pressure because the pressure is really there with the third solve. but he does deliver with a 5.00 solve, almost another sub 5 solve. Now Matty really has to give us a great single if he wants to have a shot at podium, but it seems like he might just do that with a 5.43. He's not too happy with that, but that's a great result onto Timon's fourth solve. He already has 2 great singles, so if he can get a third one, which it seems like is about to happen. Oh boy! 4.54, accounting sub 5. This could mean that Tymon will win finals. But let's see what Matty does on his fourth solve. And that's a great start as well, but some small lockups, 6.1. He's not happy with that at all. Tymon's last solve might determine who's the winner for finals. Some really small catches, but it seems like it's going pretty well. And that's an MB burn for last layer. Still 6.49. He's happy about that, but the crowd knows that he probably doesn't beat Max Spark. Still an amazing average by Tymon Kolasiński from Poland. Let's see what Matty from Hawaii can do. Maybe if he gets a great single, he still has top 5 perhaps? And that is a great single, 4.72, and he definitely is happy with that. But Tymon Kolasiński second, Matty currently fourth. And look at that, guys. We already have 6 averages under 6 seconds. And we still have to go to the top 2 finalists. First off, Ruihang from China, 4th in the world. He's known for his crazy turn speed, and I bet he will show in his first solve. He's so solid at turning that even with the catches he gets at 5.74. But now the #1 in the world, Yiheng Wang from China, will show us how it is done. But the first solve, he doesn't deliver. 6.1, he cannot be happy with that because that's not good enough to win world championships. Let's see how Ruihang does on his second solve with an amazing turn speed. Oh my god. And that is a 5.21, and it even looked so much faster. Yiheng on his second solve has to deliver if he wants to win Worlds. And it seems like he will do exactly that with a 4.72. He's not too happy with that because he's so used to getting sub 5 singles. Because guys, he has a 4.4 world record average. Ruihang on his third solve can still podium or even win if he delivers on the last few solves. And that's a bad lockup, a 5.91. He's not happy with that, but it's still sub 6. Let's see what Yiheng does on his third solve. If he gets a good single right now, his 4.72 might count. That's a great start. 4.61. That's a counting 4.72. No emotions, just pure focus. Guys, I know it is really exciting and I hope you're enjoying the video, but I quickly want to mention that the reason I was able to go to these championships and make this video is all because of the cubicle.com. So if you guys have any interest getting anything cubing related, check the link in the description and go spend a lot of money. But just make sure you also save a lot of money with discount code CUBEHEAD for a huge discount. Fourth solve for Ruihang. That's a great start. Really solid start. Oh my god. 4.73. That's an amazing single. Fourth solve for Yiheng. Even if he counts to 6.1, if this is a great single, he might already have won Worlds. But let's see how he does on his fourth solve. And that's a great start. Let's see. 5.15. That's a great solve. But was that fast enough to beat Max Spark's average? But I believe even Ruihang has a shot at the title right now if he delivers on his last solve. Some lockups, 5.82. He's not happy with that. He's not happy with that at all. But now the last solve of the finals. This will determine who the world champion is. If he just delivers on this one, look at that. He already has 3 great singles. He just needs 1 great single to dominate the finals. So let's see how he does on the very last solve of the 2023 World Championships. And it doesn't seem like he's going to be this low, but what about the average? The crowd goes wild. What happened? Who won finals? No way! 0.01! 0.01. Because Yiheng Wang got second place with the 5.32 average, while Max Spark, with just 0.01 seconds faster, got first place, giving Tymon bronze, Yiheng silver, and Max Spark winning $4 million got gold. And he's the new Rubik's World Champion. Congrats to you and to all of the solvers. Here's the entire list. I just want to say it's amazing to see how fast speed cubing has become. In 2019, Philipp Weyer won with a 6.74 average, which would have given him 12th place in this final. So that's just insane. Congrats to all of you, and thank you so much for giving us such an amazing finals. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Ciao, guys.